All right, you ready?
I'm ready. Why not, right?
Right, why not? Beautiful people, it's your boy Jonesy, the Love Coach, and this is episode 3 of Smoothie Talk. And I have the wonderful, amazing
DezzGotSteeze.
DezzGotSteeze. Desiree, if you know her.
Correct, aka the Queen of Oklahoma hip hop.
The Queen of Oklahoma hip hop.
Yes.
I like that. Me and you go way back.
Yeah.
But we go back in a different way. I just used to see you on the scene.
Yeah, but also my brain doesn't work as well as I used to.
Yeah.
I used to just cram everything in there. I'm like, I don't remember all these things. Yeah. And then COVID happened. I got super depressed and I just lost my memory.
Well, I'm gonna tell you a story before I ask my official question of the show. I gave you a CD and it was called Fab 5. It was me, Mouthpiece, YD 30, and my guy 200. And you listened to it and you was like,
I do not remember any of this, but go off. Go off.
You was like, I like the songs, but you could have put more effort into the production.
Uh-huh.
Like you could have put more effort into the mix and the master.
I was young, and it wasn't an open carry state back then.
Yeah, and I will say that hurt my feelings.
What?
That hurt. I was like,
you have let me listen to so much music since then.
Yeah,
and you got new music, and it's hard.
I appreciate that,
and the production is good.
I appreciate that. I've gotten better.
But I'm telling you, 08 Dezz. You talking about 08 Dezz? Yeah, 09 Dezz? Nah. I was ruthless, and it was an open carry state, like I said.
It was necessary though. I needed that feedback. You know what I'm saying? Because you were right. The production needed to be, and that's how I felt on the inside. Like my homies was gassing me up. Like, nah,
yeah, your homies gonna gas you. That's what it is. That's what homies do. If they ain't your homie, why? Wait, what are we doing?
Yeah, and so, but episode 3, Smoothie Talk. This episode is inspired by Teezo Touchdown Mid.
I never heard it. I know you heard it with my best friend though.
Off the streets.
Wait, say that again.
Get the mid off the streets.
Okay.
Midlife crisis.
Get the mid. I love that.
Get the mid off the streets.
That's hard.
After this episode, I'm gonna let you see the video.
Okay.
And you're gonna be like, it makes sense now.
It makes sense in my head already.
Because we're trying to not be mid at life anymore.
There's so many people that are okay with being mid in so many ways. So that makes a lot of sense.
I'm not okay.
There's a whole lot of mid rappers out there.
It's some mid rappers. It's some Midwest rappers.
Yeah, it's some mid people.
It's some mid people. It's some mid.
But life's gonna give them mid.
Yeah. No, you are what you put out.
Yeah, you're gonna get back what you put out.
Yeah, it's some mid niggas out there. It's some mid women. We're gonna talk about it today. Tell me about the mid niggas.
Oh Lord, I love it. I do love it. It is some mid people out there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't asked the official Smoothie Talk question that I have to ask on every episode. Am I able to ask you the question with this being Smoothie Talk? Is this going to interfere with any?
It might.
Okay, I'm not going to ask the Smoothie Talk question.
Not right now. You have, that's the only Smoothie Talk question you have?
No, that's just the tagline.
Okay.
Tell me about your trip.
Oh, I'm not on a trip.
No,
right.
We're not.
Yeah, we're not tripping.
We're not tripping.
I am happy about the things that plan is doing for people, though.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Okay. I love that. Are you an advocate?
I am an advocate. I see the things that are happening in Oregon.
Yeah.
I see the things that are happening in Colorado, and I see that they are using it to help people with depression and anxiety. Yeah. And I think it can help a lot of people. It could have helped me with my memory loss, honestly, when I was going through a lot of depression and I had to go down the traditional route of traditional drugs.
Yeah.
Which I'm still very thankful for to this day. I'm a huge advocate of people getting medication if needed, because if your body don't create serotonin,
right,
you can always go buy it. And that is not mid, let me tell you.
Yeah, that ain't mid right there. That's for real.
Because I'm here to tell you it worked.
Well, whenever you say so loosely, you're like, you had some memory loss. And I've heard you say that before, and I guess I never really understood like the range of it. That's not the word I'm looking for. But
I would say it's more short-term memory loss. And when I was kind of scared to talk to people about it for a while.
Yeah.
During COVID, I went through like super deep depression, couldn't get out of bed. And it wasn't necessarily I had COVID or anybody I know had COVID, but it was just a lot of change very fast. Anybody that knows me knows that I am a super duper 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 extrovert. Like I've done any personality test you give me, I'm on off the Richter.
Off the Richter.
I like to go to places that I've never been with, people that I've never met before, and make goals about how many people in the room I can make my friend by the time I leave. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
And I usually get anxiety when I can't reach those goals. So when I can't meet all those people, I'm not a normal person to like, a lot of people have not met a person like me for real.
I'm going to have to agree. I don't think I've ever met anyone who embodies your energy and your essence.
I go up to celebrities and say all kind of crazy things. I've done a lot of crazy things. And COVID made me have to change my entire life.
Yeah.
I had like 5 events planned, and then we went into quarantine. I had to cancel all those. I had to cancel like 3 flights, 3 different places. And it was just me and myself. And I've never had that ever in my life.
How did that
4 months?
How did that make you feel? Because I'm low key a loner.
I could not be by myself so the very first couple of weeks, I lost a ton of weight because of the anxiety. And a lot of people say anxiety is fear of, the future.
Yeah.
And then I gained a ton of weight because of depression. And they say depression is, anxiety from the past. And having to deal with my mother, who was a director of a nursing home.
Yeah.
During COVID, when nurses didn't have proper equipment, and dealing with her mental health and my family's mental health, and then the mass amounts of death that we all noticed, and everybody kind of acted like didn't happen. And I feel like I felt it all, like all of it all at once.
So that's more so like an empath.
Yeah, I felt like I would just randomly like hang out with the guys dating and just randomly start crying. And he'd be like, but he was very understanding. He was like, I understand how you feel, and how you feel is how most people should be feeling. But instead, people are going to work and acting like nothing is happening. Like I have friends that lost both their parents, to COVID. And it's just like, will things ever be the same? Will I ever be the same?
Right.
But I went through 2 birthdays during COVID, and I looked in the mirror after COVID was done, and I realized I could not remember things that happened to me. Maybe,
You think that was a defense mechanism of the mind to kind of help you? Yeah, because like traumatic experiences, like
that flight or fright thing, and I couldn't really. But I ended up going through a lot of extensive actual talk therapy.
Yeah,
and getting on meds, because at one point I couldn't even get out the bed because I was just afraid of like the world spinning out of control. Like it was just too much change.
Yeah.
Somebody like me who never was at home, never, except to wash my clothes. And now I have to sit here and watch Wildin' Out for 6 hours.
That's crazy. Watching Wild.
Which I watch Wildin' Out because I don't know if you know about the therapy of laughing.
Yeah.
And how it heals.
Well, no, tell me more. I mean, I can assume that laughter is good for the heart, but tell me some of like the realness behind it.
I mean, it's like forces your brain to like kind of come out of that space.
Kind of like be okay.
I joined a laughing club when I was in college because I was going through so much stress my senior year of college.
That's a real thing?
Yeah, it was like we just like got together and we just laughed. And I've never told anybody this story.
Yo,
it was hella awkward, but after you laugh for a couple of minutes, everybody just like, and it's like loud laughing. We all just got together and just laughed.
But it's like real like belly laughs. Like how do you force yourself to laugh?
Yeah.
So you just come in the room, tell me how it had.
We were outside, so it was even more embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? But when I tell you it worked, like when you're sad, the last thing you want to do is watch the news with body counts on CNN. When I think there was a reason for the channel I was watching for showing Wild 'N Out all day. I think there was a reason for that,
Yeah.
Because what else should we be watching?
There ain't no mistakes in this life. It was. It
helped me for real. Before I could even get the meds, it was there. So shout out to Nick Cannon.
Shout out to Nick Cannon. What do you think about all his children? Like, what do I
think? I think it's reckless. I think he has a breeding kink.
Yeah. You think it's a kink?
Oh, for sure.
I heard it's because he has like an illness, like he
has lupus.
So he's trying to, make sure he has potential donors, available if he ever needs a body part.
That's funny.
Yeah. Which is crazy because my cousin...
I heard he's quite controlling. Now, I don't know for sure, but his ex-girlfriends, say he's quite controlling as far as like what he wants them to do for them versus what they can't do.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if he paying all the bills, it's what they wanted, I guess.
Son, you get what you got, what you asked for, right?
You get what you asked for. I mean, what do you think? What are you looking for?
As far as what?
As a partner. And first of all, before you answer that question, how did COVID affect your relationships if you had a partner during that time?
I had a partner. We got closer during COVID.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would tell people I was dating. We recently kind of took a break.
Yeah.
But I told people, I'm dating such and such. We started dating during COVID, and everybody goes, you still have a COVID relationship? Damn. You guys made it through that?
Yeah.
It allowed us to it was kind of like, you ever watch like Love is Blind and like people are like talking behind these walls?
I was watching
Love
is Blind. We spent
so much time doing nothing but talking because we had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Like we probably wouldn't have been in a relationship if COVID had never happened because I was outside.
Yeah.
Outside. So lack of sleep, catching flights, coming home from flights and going to work, and then the next day renting a car and driving to Austin, and then spending a week there, and then driving back, and then going to work, and then 2 days later driving to Tulsa and throwing a show. I was outside.
That's a crazy life.
Yeah, it was. COVID. That's why I'm saying COVID happened, and I was like, oh, I gotta sit down. I ain't never sat down for real.
What allows you this type of life, this luxury to just be outside?
Don't have children and. Keep your overhead low.
Can you say that again?
Don't have kids.
Don't have kids and keep your overhead low. So daughters, pay attention. If you want a life of outside. If you
want to be outside, you can be outside forever. You gotta have the boundaries about, how you take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And people that respect that. And, just don't have no kids. You'll be all right.
Man, I love that.
Yeah.
So now we can move on to the next question. What is love like right now? Like, what's going on? What do you want out of like a partner?
I was going to say that first question is crazy.
Crazy?
Because, anyways, what do I want out of a partner? I want somebody who is, I don't know, getting out of something, you really do got to like redefine everything.
Yeah.
So I would love to have somebody, of course, who's caring and open. I would like to meet. I mean, I'm really not dating anybody who's not Black.
Yeah.
So
ain't nothing wrong with that.
There's that. I love my Black men, but loving y'all is like.
Tell us.
I was talking to Nia Monet about that. I said it's the most ghettoest shit I ever did in my life.
Dating a Black man. I love
it. But I love y'all to death.
I love the tagline. It's the most ghettoest shit I ever did in my life. That actually is. It's a beautiful ghetto love story.
Oh God. I told Nia that. She said, yeah, guys will have you walking around like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it. Yeah, because you don't know what to do. I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. It's just, I'm going to have to figure it out.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So dealing with that and the complexities of Black men, I do know that being a woman, I need to understand how they feel about women.
Yeah, that's important.
It is very important in this landscape.
Yeah, how a man feels about a woman determines how he gonna treat you in that relationship.
How he gonna treat me, how he gonna treat women he don't find cool, attractive, worthy.
Yeah.
My daughter, is he gonna be possessive? Is he gonna teach her the game, or he gonna be possessive?
Yeah.
Or is he gonna be weird? You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, you saying some words that trigger me.
I'm like, teach your daughter the game, because if she don't, she's gonna learn one side of it from somebody.
By these niggas. She's gonna learn from them. But you said
you can't be afraid of the game. Just teach them the game.
But because the game is gonna
be the game. She gonna find it. She gonna see it.
But you said the word possessive. Do you like being possessed?
Of course not. But I don't know. It's an inner battle within me.
Yeah, like
because I like to possess things. I can't lie about that. I'm working through it.
So like, if you got
working through that.
You got a man and you're like, my germs. Like no one can touch you. No one can look at you. How do you feel?
I don't think I would call myself jealous. A jealous person. But I do think there's something. I think more conversations with you that I've had have made me look at all kinds of things a lot differently. Because I know that people are there to experience, but there's still something inside of a lot of people, and maybe it's the ego.
Yeah.
That thinks we belong to people.
I agree. I'm big on non-possession. And it sounds crazy, but it's not that crazy to me, because I want to be able to have relationships with everyone and not feel bad about my relationship. And it doesn't mean I'm a slut. I'm not out here like, slut me out.
But you know what? Slut is a personal definition from whoever. You know, people make up all kinds of things.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not out here.
A woman who never ever has sex that wears a mini skirt could be a slut. People don't know what they be wanting.
No, that's facts.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
People just define whatever they feel like. That's just what it is. So, yeah.
Well, I'll rephrase it. I'm not loose with my body. But
you best set boundaries with yourself.
Yeah, I set boundaries with myself. But wanting to have relationships with women, men, non-sexually, don't take that out of context. I just want to be free to love people.
I get it.
And free to experience what someone has to offer.
And honestly, me being free currently is allowing me to explore your meaning a little bit.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Tell me more. I want to know more about this.
I just feel like there's blockages in what I could and couldn't do or feel about people when you are possessed and you agree to that.
Yeah. So would you ever consider like an open relationship?
Maybe.
And then let's even define what is an open relationship.
Maybe, but I still have to do the self-work to get there. Yeah. And I don't even know what that looks like.
Like, what do you think the definition of an open relationship is?
Somebody who tells the truth no matter what.
Whoa. I did not expect that.
And honestly, I've asked that from my partners before.
Yeah. I didn't expect that spin on it. Like, I was thinking like, okay, what do you think an open relationship is? Oh, being able to, date multiple people and
that could be it.
No, but I like what you said even better.
Yeah, because it's not about that. It's about, what are you telling me about this?
Whoa.
And like I said, I've had relationships like that.
Yeah.
I have. A lot of people, nobody knows that, but here we are.
That is a bar for bar. Someone that tells me the truth.
And did that person abide to those rules? Yeah. Absolutely not.
He couldn't tell the truth?
He could not tell the truth.
Dang. Out of fear of what?
Don't know.
Can you tell the truth?
Yeah.
In a relationship?
Yeah.
You could just, it's easier for women.
I could.
Yeah.
Will I see the ego die inside of you when I say it? Yes. So how do we work on that,
I mean, you got to have a stronger man.
I guess.
Because, I mean, if you tell me that, let's say we're in a relationship and then, I don't know, what first of all, what leads to this truth? Is it a question? Like, do I be like, hey, where were you? Oh, I was getting, whatever happened, with such and such.
I will tell you, so when you asked me what we wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about divine feminine and divine masculinity, because I think a lot of people got it fucked up. Yeah. Most people do.
I agree.
understand it a lot more than I did when I found out what I needed to know about it over a year ago. I went on this huge spiritual awakening that I didn't know I was going on in Atlanta last year. Just trying to buy a ticket to a concert for my favorite artist that was performing in Atlanta. And I ended up staying in Atlanta for a couple days. And I decided to just go and do things with no agenda.
Yeah.
And do nothing, and do everything. Meet all these people. Become best friends with people. Follow people online and pull up at somebody's thing that posted it and go to my favorite bar and just sit there for 6 hours and talk to a stranger and get on the scooter and go up the street and go to this, outdoor party or just, right. I was just doing what I felt was right. And I was in Edgewood and there's this guy sitting there with a table and a chair. And he's like, I do face readings for $15 and yada, yada. And and I was buying crystals that week. There's a crystal store right in front of him. So I went to the crystal store and I asked everybody and I said, is this dude outside legit? And all the employees was like, he legit. He legit. And I said, bet. So I go and sit down with him. I sat down with him, 3 minutes sitting down with him. I bust out in tears. I'm bawling in the middle of Edgewood. Little 5 Points. And I ended up paying for 2 sessions. And he was like, I know why you're here. And I was like, oh my God, why am I here? And I was there because I knew that Western society idea of masculine and feminine energy was not right. Yeah. It didn't feel right to me. I know a lot of people that meet me, they can't tell what my sexual orientation is. They can't tell if I like them, if I don't like them. I was hit on by a lady all Saturday. She was following me around. I knew that it's something else and it ain't what people think.
Yeah.
And he told me, he was like, divine feminine is you leaning into your intuition and divine masculinity is you leaning into your logic. And that's all that it is. And I was like, okay.
And that's not gender-based.
It's not gender-based.
You could have intuition.
Correct. And some people are balanced, some people are imbalanced.
Yeah. And also, because whenever you said that you wanted to talk about this, I had to go really freshen up because I have my own idea of masculine and feminine. And me being a Libra, I'm a mixture of both.
You're balanced. Yeah.
But once I discovered what the definition of divine masculine and divine feminine, first when you add the divine, it's like what the essence of a man should be or the essence of a woman should be.
Correct. And that sucks.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people approach me noticing that my energy is different.
Yeah.
And I had to figure out why. And now I understand why. And honestly, fast forward to me going to a film festival. And I saw this film called The Long Line of Ladies. It is based on a Native American tribe. I can't remember the name. They have a ceremony that they give to women, only to women or girls who are becoming women, where they have to go into the woods blindfolded for 3 days with one friend. They can go with one friend, and they have to just tough it out for 3 days.
Are they both blindfolded or just
She's
one?
Blindfolded.
Oh, okay. I feel better, at least one person can see.
And I watched this. And then it clicked. There are ceremonies that happen amongst, tribes and cultures that understand divine femininity as it is. She's going in there to hone her skills on intuition.
Yeah.
And some women do not have the opportunity to do so. And I realized when I was in Atlanta, I was giving myself the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, because the divine feminine is about intuition.
Correct.
When you hear women's intuition, but it also, the nurturing aspect, nurturing intuition.
So when you tell me, why did he not tell me the truth? How would I know? And yada, I'll be knowing.
Yeah.
This same person I got into it with based on his reaction with another person in the same room as me.
Yeah.
And I knew it to be true, and it was true.
Yeah.
And this is it was just homies. It was like a business deal that where they excluded me in such a business deal.
I got you.
I was wasted that day because it was my birthday, which also heightens everything. And I knew what was going on, you know, even though they didn't even talk about the business deal there. I knew.
Yeah.
I knew. I have it. I have the whatever.
The je ne sais quoi.
Whatever the Spidey sense Spider-Man got, I got it.
So how do you rank your intuition now? Like how
it's
often?
Lit.
How often do you use it?
How often do I use it?
Well, hold on. No, before you even answer that, we was out. I took the walk with our friend.
Yes.
And we were at the bar, and I was like, "Oh, he was telling, you know, having some other people come," and I was like, "Actually, I'm about to go." He was like, matter of fact, before I said that, you said, "You're about to leave?" I said, "Yeah, I am. I gotta go. I gotta go to my mom's house." He was like, "Yeah, I knew." But when you did that to me, I was kind of like, "What? Was I looking a certain way?" So I guess I'm gonna have to rank your Spidey sense is kind of high. You kind of cold.
I'm friends with people because like we've hung out with mad people around us.
Yeah.
And I go up to them and I ask them, you know, are you feeling okay? Because they're not feeling okay.
Yeah.
And he's like, he told me, my own wife didn't know I was sick. I'm like, I could tell you're sick. Like, I got it. And the more that I'm allowed to just use intuition only to do things, to spend my day, the more I will have it. You know what I'm saying? It's a skill that,
That's crazy because, you know, intuition could be, I think that's why you tie in nurturing, because intuition without that nurturing aspect, it turns into like gossip. It turns into
some like, ego-filled craziness.
Yeah, or like some just I'm being nosy. Like I know something's up. What's going on? And then that turns
the
into
power is given to those that are gentle.
I know some people like that.
Yeah,
to where their intuition is very negative.
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, and then whenever you think about the divine masculine, and again, I keep saying divine masculine and feminine. These are associated with both male and female people. Yeah. And so the divine masculine is like logic, wisdom, but with that wisdom, you must also have compassion, because if you don't have any compassion, then you also have no wisdom. Like compassion comes from having wisdom, you know? And so I'm starting to understand as I'm talking to you here.
And then you think about all the people in the world, and how many women don't ever get to exercise logic, which could be a blessing to them, right? Be a blessing to some. And you think about terms like soft life, that's like really popular.
Yeah.
And you think about men who never get a chance to even tap into intuition because they have to make decisions based on things that make the most sense.
Yeah.
But not necessarily how their heart feels,
right,
or their mind feels. Yeah.
No, I mean you got to kind of learn how to. You kind of got to learn how.
So this is what my brain thinks about all the time.
Yo,
it's a lot going on in here.
You're kind of dropping some bombs on me right now because.
Yeah. You think about why people say Black women are so strong.
Yeah.
They don't have the opportunity to practice intuition as much as other women.
And that kind of takes away some of that nurturing aspect.
Correct.
But granted, it's kind of a hand toss, I guess, because I'm lucky enough to have a lot of nurturing women in my life. You know?
But do you know how incredible of a person it would take to understand the balance and when to use it, especially when they don't have the opportunity to live softly? Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Black women magical, man. You think about Caucasian ladies who live lives of ease.
Yeah.
They have no idea what it takes to get up and do and make something out of nothing.
But the likeliness, the numbers are so twisted,
correct,
you know, in such a way that
imbalance.
It's super imbalanced. So no, you definitely. What's the meme? That nigga spitting. Because you kind of messed me up for a minute, like thinking about, you know, how do I apply it to my life? And I think that I might miss a little bit of the nurturing, you know, because I like to say that I'm balanced. Like
you
I
are
have masculine
balanced.
and feminine, but I miss some of the nurturing where it counts. You know, what is it to nurture the world, but then, you know, kind of be tough on your children?
Correct.
So yeah,
I told you what I've said to my parents.
Tell me again.
Well, you know, I won't get into the gist of the exact argument, but I was getting an argument with my parents, and I said, "Why do you
remember?
Why do you approach me like initially with so much anger instead of love? Like we could figure this out. I'm at the age where we can figure this out."
Listen, if my daughter were to ever tell me that, I'd crumble, like because it automatically adjusts.
Yeah,
whatever you thinking, like
would you reprimand your puppy the same way you would reprimand me, you know, or a baby? Like,
yeah,
did I know I was doing wrong? Did I know that I made you feel like this?
Yeah, no, sometimes my kids be knowing what they be doing though.
I mean,
they're like,
I do get it.
They're like mobsters.
But I say at my age now, I'm like, you don't have to hit me with that.
Yeah, I mean, you're an adult.
Top.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you. I don't want to hurt you. Why would I want to do that? So let's fix it.
You're just being yourself.
Yeah.
You're just living your life and
let's
enjoying.
Meet people with love, right?
Meet people with love.
I honestly learned that from you.
Yeah. You know, but sometimes I'll be forgetting.
You be dropping glitter and then it just stains everything. It's just like.
Sometimes I'll be forgetting my own advice because I'm still out here living. But, you know, that's again my outside life. You know, my private life, now that we talking, hey, you done got me worked up.
You like, dang, my emotions is.
Well, my private life is more so, it's more real. It's it's real to me. It's easy for me to meet people outside with love because I don't have to live their life. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to walk in their shoes. And it's easy for me to uplift people and really pour into people. But when I go home, it's like I'm not as love coachy as I am at home. I'm always happy. I'm always joyful. I'm always who you see outside. But, you know, I deal with real issues at home. And so
I think about my grandmother all the time when I think about like at home, she was an angel.
Yeah.
And like most grandmas are, you know what I'm saying? Like you could never do wrong with your grandma's eyes. You could call from jail and she'd be like, baby, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I actually grew up a little bit different.
That is crazy. Yeah. You deserve.
I did deserve that.
You do.
But my grandmother, Vern, in Texas.
You want to know what my grandma's name is?
What?
Verna.
Verna? Yeah, my dad's mom, her name was my grandma Vern. I met her whenever I was like 16, and she was the typical grandmother that you see on TV that's so soft and gentle with you. And that's how I imagine her and envision her. She's still alive to this day. But my other grandmother that I grew up with, I never really had that grandmother connection. And I lived with her.
That's crazy.
But I never had that like grandma made cookies.
Man.
Like she
my grandma country, so she wasn't making cookies.
Yeah. She was cooking breakfast.
But she was doing some things in the kitchen for sure. My grandma wasn't a baker.
But this is how my grandma talked. Ranch around and hand me that thing.
We got the same grandma.
Ranch around.
But she hit me with, she was always filled with love.
Yeah.
Despite, and hope. Like,
yeah.
So interesting. No matter what, my grandma had 11 kids, 12 kids.
Yeah, no. My grandmother has, I don't know, I feel like it's like 7 or 8. I don't know. Yeah. I don't want to miscount.
As much turmoil they put her through, she was always like, you know, when you get out of jail, you stay with me, you know, until you get on your feet. Like she was very, like when she passed, you can't imagine all the people that were there. I've never seen, but like, I'll go over your grandma's house. She would always make me a plate. Like my grandma was a lady who had the food in the hood when there was nothing, and she would give everybody a plate.
But I mean, let's take a moment to like realize we're not that far removed. Well, first of all, we still deal with, you know, racism and all these different things. But just think about the traumas and the horrors that they had to have seen, and then still show up like that for their family. To
show up with the energy of intuition, knowing that they probably lived in logic outside of there, in fear all the time. Yeah, I think about that all the time, honestly.
Nice.
My grandma made it happen when a time when nothing was happening for real.
Let's check in. Like, you were telling us about, what COVID had done, and you said that you had spoke with, you had some one-on-ones with some therapists and things
for
like
sure.
that.
I started doing Talkspace for like a couple months.
What's that?
It's an app.
Oh, okay.
So you could talk to a therapist basically as much as you go to work. So the shift of my therapist is like 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. I could just text her.
Yeah.
She taught me a lot about how the brain works. There's two parts of your mind. There's a part that is logic, and there's a part that kind of just runs off feelings, which is hilarious, right? Yeah. That we talk about that. And there's a way to like organize all those things. It took me 3 years to like truly understand I can control all of this.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
Even to the point where I'm like, my best friend is flipping out because I had a whole family fiasco like 2 months ago where it dealt with like an altercation. And I just saw it from like bird's eye view. Like I was there and I was just like, oh, this is what we're doing. And I'm not going to flip out about it. Because everything that's happening here is a bunch of people flipping out.
Yeah.
So why would I add to that? Even my best friend, she was there. I love her. She's quite reactionary and we're working on that.
Being reactionary?
Yeah. And I was just like, everything's going to be okay. But we got to go. We don't fight in front of white people.
Say that again. We don't fight in front of white people. We do not
fight in front of white people because all they see is assault.
Right. And they think negatively like, oh,
they're calling their lawyers, calling the cops. Let's just go. That's not how Black people actually act.
Nah.
Sometimes we just let people work they shit out. As long as nobody pulling out a weapon, we good.
For real. Make love and peace, not war.
Period. So it's just like I feel like that situation was a pinnacle point in me looking at myself and saying, dang, that shit is working.
Yeah, like as far as your self-development.
Correct. And also I stayed in therapy because I wanted to be able to give these skills to my kid if I have them.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have them.
Do you want children?
I think it was more like, am I in the ideal situation for a kid? I don't want to be one of the people like, oh, when I get some more money, that's not how that works. Is a partner supportive?
Yeah.
Because is there ever enough money to have kids?
Yeah. But that's like plus $1 million.
Yeah.
Up a couple M's.
I'm just like, my mom didn't have enough money to have kids. Who mama had enough money when they had kids?
My mama didn't have enough money to have kids.
You know what I'm saying?
Here I am.
Do you have love and support? I think that's most important for me. So it's just like, if the ideal situation arises, if somebody's son want to act right, then sure.
If somebody's son want to act right.
Not you looking in the camera. Oh my gosh.
Act right then.
Hit me up.
Yeah, we're trying to get some act right over here.
I cook some mean meals, but...
Pause for the cause. At some point in time, I was going to get on the cooking. And you just gonna slip it in like that?
I mean, I'm just saying. Dudes will be like, when you bringing me a plate, I'm like, you got a whole girlfriend. Get out of my inbox. But yeah.
I'm dudes. I'm like, what's up with the plate? With the
Shout out to those who have tried my food. You guys are blessed people.
I have yet.
So cooking is probably the skill or the thing that I did the most when COVID hit. And also the thing that I do the most when I'm stressed out. So you could tell how stressed I am by how good the meal looked. If you really want to know.
That's crazy. That's a little bit of insight because the meals be looking flizzy.
Yeah, I'm pretty much
rice and peas.
I'm one of them grandmas.
Oxtails.
Oh, for sure. I'm definitely trying to work my way through the diaspora and learning about like all the foods.
What's your favorite, like, what's the ethnicity to cook? Or I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? What's the favorite?
I don't know if I have a fave.
Because I see a lot of Jamaican-inspired.
It's a lot of Caribbean going on.
Foods, yeah.
My stepfather is Haitian. Shout out to Haiti. And he's taught me a lot. But my stepfather, he grew up in Haiti.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of trauma in his life, but he doesn't recognize it as trauma because he just
just
feels
life. Like that's just life. That's just a part
that's just how it is.
Being here.
So I don't know if he's had the comfort of like a mom cooking for him as much as I have.
Yeah.
Or, when he had a daughter, he still has a daughter, but when he lived in Haiti, his daughter would cook for him.
Yeah.
And so when he came to America, he's doing the best he can with the dishes that he knows. And he be killing it sometimes. So yeah, we be cooking together. When he was sick for a while, I would try to cook his traditional dishes by how he showed me and bring him to the hospital when he was sick. So,
well, glad he's not sick.
Yeah,
I'm glad
he came to America and it got real bad for a moment, but that man is he's special for sure. Like he knows things about herbs and fruits and things that we don't understand.
Yeah.
Like if I'm sick, he'll make me some tea
and it'll knock it right out. So
throat itching, inflammation in the body. Never got COVID. He knows some things.
I have a question because since we're on the topic of food, do you know how to cook? It's like a Caribbean Haitian dish. It's like mushroom rice. It's like a black rice. Please tell me you know how to cook that because I had that once and it might have been the best rice I've ever had in my life.
Let me Jean mushrooms and rice.
Yes.
So the thing about Jean mushrooms is there's no place that sells them around here, so you have to buy them and get them imported. And when I went to Haiti, we did fly some over that didn't get touched by customs.
Yeah.
And we cooked them.
And it was fire.
Definitely I'll let you know.
I tried to make Jean rice because
you got to get the Ep.3 too. You got to get it.
The worst rice I've ever had in my life. It's the worst thing I've ever concocted.
Oh,
and I was so disappointed because I thought I was following the instructions. I had like whatever they use to get the black color. Like they have like a Maggi or
it's the mushrooms itself that dye the rice. But you gotta get you some Eppies, which is like a sofrito for the Haitian people.
Mm-hmm.
I've made Eppies before. There is an Eppies type thing you can buy.
Right.
We'll talk about it off camera.
Yeah.
That you can get it like Trader Joe's.
Can't give out the family recipes. I definitely need this rice though.
Okay.
Like,
we can make that happen. But yeah, I made sure all my therapists that I was going to therapy with were Black women. I just felt like there is levels to this anger that Black women, I ain't gonna say all Black women have because I know y'all gonna come for me.
Yeah.
But a lot of them be having. I be having.
Yeah.
We talk about workplace anger. There's things that why Black women are not talking about and we are all dealing with. Black women being called aggressive and having attitudes when really we just sad.
Yeah.
Or depressed or anxious. And it's being translated into these things that hinder us in the workplace, that hinder us in our love lives, that hinder us with our friends. So I needed a Black woman to break that down with me.
No, hearing you talk, it makes me realize we need more Black men loving on our Black women.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for
understanding,
real.
right?
Yeah.
I told you what it's like to date a Black man.
You said that's some ghetto shit. It's a ghetto mess.
It's the most ghetto shit I ever did in my life. That's that Rihanna meme. This is the most ghetto shit I ever did. For sure.
You told me something, touching back on your therapy. You said you had asked your therapist a question, and this is when we were having just a personal conversation. Mm-hmm. And the question was, you were going through something. You were like, when will I get over this? Or how do I get over this? And
festering that somebody in this state made me very upset. And honestly, it hurts. And one thing I also learned in therapy is a lot of people, especially Black people, especially Black men, are embarrassed by their feelings. Like the human body is supposed to experience all feelings, even the ones that they say that are not good, right? Embarrassment, shame, anger, jealousy. These are things that people are like, oh, you jealous of, oh girl, yada, yada. Jealousy is a normal emotion.
Normal feeling. It's a normal emotion.
And so I went to her and I said, I'm feeling resentment because me and my therapist kept it real all the time by this person. And I don't know how to not feel like this and how, well, I get over this. Because they say time heals all wounds. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm a Leo. I'll be holding stuff in.
And what did she say?
And she said, you don't have to have resentment. And I said, what? What you talking about? So when she said that, I said, oh, it is a choice.
Yeah.
And I'm giving them that and not giving me anything better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm giving them the resentment they don't even know.
Right. They don't even know about it. And it's like, it's almost wasted energy, you know. But when you said that was easy. A bar. No, it's not easy.
It ain't easy to let go. I tell people all the time, I'm like, doing self-work is the hardest thing you'll ever do because nobody is going to give you a ladder out of that hole. They are not. You're going to be Batman.
So let me
tell you. About to fight
you.
Bane in that hole. You got to get out of that hole, bro.
Hey, I was born in the darkness.
You got to get out of the hole.
But no, so saying that, I actually, the way that I addressed it, because you're like, it's hard to get over certain things. It's hard to let go. It's hard to detach yourself. But one of the methods that I use when I'm talking to anybody, and I just had a conversation with someone who said that they were in a relationship and they were like, this person is the one. And I was like, and they used the words, she's perfect. And I said, bro, you got to look at yourself you got to realize like you're the bag too. And if she was perfect.
And no one is perfect.
Right.
There are things that we see that we don't find as bad as others.
Well, that is big facts. No one's perfect, but sometimes when we're under the illusion of
when you be infatuated in love with people, but God bless till your booty starts stinking. But go off.
You have to like look at yourself as the bag, and if she's so perfect and you got her, you can go get 10,000 more. It's 8 billion.
Say it.
It's 8 billion people on this planet.
I ain't gonna hold you. I be thinking about the things you tell me, especially now that I am one of the uncuffed people in this world. I'm like, I can make demands.
Come on now. Everybody is the bag. Now, if you want to keep your girl, be nice. Or if you want to keep your man, be nice. But if it's a point where someone is rejecting you, you better get the fuck out of here. I'm the bag.
When you said you make demands and I can make demands, I looked at this, I said, wow, I can make demands.
You can make demands.
I can see exactly the life I want, and I can make demands that I will have it no matter what. So what you want to do?
Wow. Hey, you kind of spitting right now, because that immediately made me think about just the life that everyone's living. And you basically live the life that you are. And so when you said that you could see the life that you want and you could start making demands, I immediately started visualizing my life. And my life is filled with money.
We already talked about this.
My life is filled with money and trips and eating foods of all the cultures around the world.
And meeting people from all the cultures around the world.
I'm trying to live like Jesus.
Look, we done talked about this. They gonna look in the grave and be disgusted.
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen, they open up that casket, they gonna say, ugh. What did that man do? Everything. I was alive. I was out here living. I just didn't smoke crack. That's it. I didn't do that. I didn't smoke crack.
Oh, man. When you said that to me, I said,
they gonna say,
I need to be living more.
Yeah. When they open that casket, they gotta say, ugh, gross. And that's how you know I lived.
For sure. I took a half day from work today.
Yeah.
Decided to go have lunch.
Where'd you go?
I went to RevMex and I got a Modelo for the first time. I was like, I want to see what the hype is about.
It's your first time having a Modelo?
I drink liquor.
Yeah. I mean, I'm light on the drinking anyway, but
I see people sitting with Modelo. I'm like, I don't know what that is. But I'm like, let me get that.
Especially
and so I drank one and he was like, you want another one? I was like, nah. And he came back. I was like, I'll have another one.
Yeah.
It's my life.
Yeah. It's your life. Don't.
Instead of texting me, he's like, what you doing? I said, I'm next door having a Modelo.
Yeah.
He was like, don't be day drinking. I can do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
What happens?
Come on.
When you don't have kids, you have low overhead.
Man, tell me about this low overhead. How low is it?
I mean, it's low.
It's low?
Yeah.
Like you could book a flight to Africa right now?
Yeah. But I'm like, where do I want to go? I'm not gonna go to Africa for no reason.
Right.
If we want to keep it low, we can go. I can hit up some homies. We can figure it out.
Hey, the men's out here. Low overhead, but if she got low overhead, you got to come with low overhead. Y'all got to be compatible. You got to want to go on trips. You got to want.
I would love to go on an adventure.
What?
Us both honing our intuition together.
That's
craziness.
Different. That's different. Honing intuition. You really came through to the podcast today and dropped some shit on me that I didn't.
You're going to be thinking about this for the rest of your life.
I'm going to be thinking
because I've been thinking about it for a very long time. Intuition.
I don't use that word enough.
You don't.
And that's major.
Mm-hmm.
I use a lot of logic. Mm-hmm. I talk about a lot of love. Mm-hmm. But intuition, and now you really kind of frustrating me because when I think back, a woman's intuition is generally right. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say always right because that's just
when somebody has given them the space, the peace, the silence, the stillness. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think I've only met women who have tapped into their intuition, and you know how that shows up in a relationship? It shows up like a woman trying to tell a man something, and he like, man, shut up. No, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Facts. It can show up like that.
And then,
but you know what that is? When a man tells you to shut up, that's ego.
Yeah, no, it's
from
definitely
the man.
ego.
Instead of being like, dang.
No, it's definitely ego because you just want to do what you want to do, but the woman's intuition is like, we should probably go get gas before we leave. Mm-hmm. You be like, nah, we gonna make it. Mm-hmm. 5 minutes later, you're on the side of the road with, you know what I'm saying, no gas in the car. It's just like sometimes you got to listen. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you got to listen to a woman's intuition.
You know, especially if you want them around.
Yeah, if you want them around.
If you want them around.
Mm. So tell me what is next for you? Like what's really good?
I mean, I'm outside.
Summer's almost currently over.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that was just a statement. Like
summer's almost over.
Because you've been outside.
I was outside, but I had boundaries. I don't have no boundaries right now.
Oh, yeah, because you're uncuffed.
Correct.
You're uncuffed.
Correct. So, God bless these streets.
God bless the streets.
I'm honestly going to be working on so much. I'm working on a festival literally next week. I'm working on a festival next month. I'm working on an event, pretty big event we're going to be throwing in the spring, being Original Flow. Mentally, I've been in the gym, so I feel like I've done therapy, and I think the next place that I need to go, I need to be mentally tough, you know? And I have the skills for all these things, and I know what I need to do. So I've just been in the gym. I'm making sure that the hardest thing that I do, the hardest thing that happens to me is what I do to myself, not what anybody does to me.
Oh, that's a bar.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to say that when you came in here today, you had them legs out. And I was like,
what's funny is my brother got me doing calf raises, and I'm like, let's take them off, bro.
Take them off?
The calves is calving. I don't need no more calves.
Yeah, no,
I'm about to join the WNBA for these hops. I don't need nothing else going on with these calves, but thank you.
No, you're welcome. The gym is treating you right. And my next question is, what do you want?
I feel like I'm going to take a page out of your book.
Okay.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
We're coming for everything.
Everything. And listen, and if you don't want yours, I'm going to eat yours too.
Period.
I'm coming for everything.
Period.
Yeah, I think that's biblical. No, that's biblical. The talents. You know what I'm saying? The king he was going away on a trip. He gave his people some talents, and one person buried his, another person, went and doubled his, and another person, invested it and got more. And when he came back, the servant that buried his, he said, I know you're a tough king, and so I protected it and I put it in the ground, and here it is. And he was like, you idiot. Like,
I gave it to you.
I gave it to you, and then you put it away and you hid it. And for that, I'm gonna take it and give it to the people who have more. So it's like when we as a people
use it or lose it.
If you don't use it, you're gonna lose it.
Period.
But the principle is good because sometimes we like to think about how come the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, and it's because of investing. We don't. Well, first of all, it's a lack of knowledge on how to invest. But
they also ask for what they want.
Say that again.
You have to give people the opportunity to say no, because if not, they're already saying no. So I went to school I have like a emphasis in like sales, which allows me to read body language and inflection. And one sales pitch is just you have to give people the opportunity to say no, because until they say no, it's yes.
I get it. You have to give people the option.
A lot
to
of those
say
people
no.
who have a ton of money and have all these things is because they didn't take no for an answer.
Yeah.
When they asked, and they asked.
Yeah.
So a lot of people not asking.
You're not asking.
And they just getting what is given to them.
Yeah, I'm not living like that no more. I can't just take I can't just take what's being given to me.
Some people ain't even asking now.
Yeah, some people not even asking. Some people are just...
It's a whole lot of people that believe in the numbers game in so many other ways, but they don't believe it when it comes to stuff like that.
What you mean believe in the numbers game in so many ways?
All my players out there. In everybody inbox, somebody gonna respond. Somebody is gonna respond, bro. Promise you. But what I'm saying is a numbers game is real in so many other ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more you could do with the numbers game.
Correct.
For instance, I was having a conversation.
Like how many times you asked me to have conversations?
How many times have I asked you to have this conversation?
Yeah, before we actually had conversations.
Oh, how many times?
Lots.
Yeah, I did.
Numbers game.
It's a numbers game. The more you shoot, the more chances you have of making the shot.
Period.
Okay. Well, yeah. You want everything.
I do.
You're going to have everything.
I will.
But if you were alone on this planet
and
some I Am Legend type stuff.
Okay.
And there was no danger.
Okay.
It's just you. It still has everything here. You can have a friend too.
Okay.
You can have a partner. And you have automobiles, planes. You know how to get to anywhere in the world. How would you spend the rest of your life?
Ooh. I could just do whatever I want.
You could do whatever you want.
I don't like the idea of being alone, being an extrovert.
You can have a friend. Or how many friends would you need?
I don't know. We gotta go outside and do some gang shit.
You want 100
for
friends?
Sure. I need like 20.
Okay, 20 friends.
We going everywhere. I would pick all of my friends. I have friends all over the world.
Yeah.
I have a friend that lives in Paris.
Okay.
I got a homegirl who has a dual citizenship in Ghana and America. And her dad is a prince. This is like, I'm dead ass telling you the truth. So we pulling up.
We just pulling up.
We pulling up doing hood rat shit.
Whole lot of gang shit.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure.
Oh, I could tell.
We outside.
Yeah.
I'm going back to Haiti, going back to the mountains and chilling with the people and sitting on the porch and eating off the land. We're gonna do that too.
And then that's a peaceful life. That's everything.
When I was in Haiti, it was hella peeful.
If it was just you, you would have a gang of friends and you'd be outside.
I'm an extrovert,
You're an extrovert.
Me being by myself sounds like for the rest of my life doesn't sound that fun. I would enjoy being able to like go all these places and cook.
Yeah.
Try some ceviche in South America or something. I would enjoy going to all the places I've always wanted to visit, Japan.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, without the homies, I don't know.
Yeah, you need the homies.
We gotta go. We gotta have something to laugh at, like for sure.
What? Yeah. Yeah, you need the homies.
It was cool. You needed the homies.
You
homies. Needed somebody. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I guess humans need connection.
We were built for companionship.
So here's the question. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. Because you've already said dating a black man is the most ghetto shit you ever did.
I love it though.
But you love it.
Yeah.
We love blackness.
For sure.
What would you classify the craziest thing that you've done, the craziest thing that's happened to you? And it doesn't have to be traumatic. It could be funny. It could be traumatic if you want to share. It could be anything.
The craziest thing that ever happened to me, I always tell the Jay Electronica story. You've heard that story, right? You heard the story?
I did hear the story.
Taylor show?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was drunk and I was like cussing his ass out because it was before he dropped the album it was way before he dropped the album with Jay-Z. He would just have the exhibits. And I was just like, bro, I was at a party and it was like 3:00 in the morning and he comes in and everybody's cheering. And I'm like, why is everybody cheering? But I didn't think everybody heard me.
Yeah.
Everybody heard me when I was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
You know? He heard me. He came over to me. He was like, what's good? I said, bro, your album is coming out the 32nd of February. And then I said, yo, coming out after Detox.
Damn. We still ain't get a Detox.
Still.
But luckily he did drop.
He did drop something. Somebody said he did that to spite you, Dezz. I'm like, he probably did. And it's fire. I ain't gonna hold you.
His album.
But I literally saw him the next day.
Yeah.
At a showcase, and it was like this dude that had like this Yums chain on. It was like the worst artist ever. And I feel so bad because I was like, why are you here with this dude on stage with this big ass chain? Like it was bad. It was like Soulja Boy, like Apprentice or some shit.
Yeah.
And he was like, these my fam on stage. I'm like, bruh. And your Jay Electronica and this your fam? I was fucked up.
Damn.
So yeah, I would say that's pretty crazy. I've done a lot of crazy things though. So like in my brain, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I was just trying to
I done some crazy things.
I was trying to get a gist of I'm outside. I'm trying to get a gist of what that meant.
Yeah, we be outside for sure, like hanging out with a bunch of like New Balance Velcro tennis shoe wearing dudes, white guys. They teaching me how to drink whiskey in Atlanta. And I'm like, that's like the first time I was like drinking whiskey like that. It was like, here, try 30-year age, try 10-year age.
Did you have a pickle shot with it?
Huh?
Did you have a pickle shot with it?
I'm not a good pickle shot girl.
Okay.
But I'm like at my favorite bar and they're like getting me to try all these whiskeys. And then I'm like, Master Ace is about to perform. Oh.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if I can tell you that story. I got a lot of stories.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember. Yeah. I have a lot of crazy stories. I remember going to a MF Doom concert. He didn't show up, but he performed through like a
TV?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Next to Ghostface. Like him and Ghostface was performing back to back, but he was on like a screen.
Oh, you really be outside. You didn't see some people. I haven't seen that many rappers.
Yeah. I done did some crazy things in my life for sure.
You want to know who I saw though?
Who?
Ja Rule.
Okay.
I saw Ja Rule. Where's Ja?
I done seen some crazy things.
Yeah.
Oh, I got cussed out by, I told you the A$AP Rocky story.
No, you did not tell me the A$AP Rocky story.
Got cussed out by A$AP Rocky.
How are you getting cussed out by rappers?
When I was young. It was when he was early. So I think he was like fighting all the time. Like he was on.
Oh, he was really on. He was in the
blogs. Like, yeah, he was rowdy with it. Yes, he was getting into it with people every show. And I remember that whole night. So the dude I was with, I'm like, how much of the story should I tell? So the dude I was dating at the time was really into A$AP Rocky. And he was going on a tour with Theophilus London at the time. And they were all wearing black. It was like the Lovers Tour or whatever. So the guy I was dating was wearing black all the time. And I was friends with the people who were also in A$AP Rocky's crew. And we were trying to go to that showcase. Like, we'll just get in line or whatever. Me and my homegirl had to get some tickets to another thing that night, which I'll get into that. And he wanted to go with them. So he ended up going to the A$AP Rocky show and he ended up getting backstage because he had on all black. He was a black guy. Nobody knew the difference because it was like 75 of them on stage. So he ended up being on stage. So we got our wristbands, me and my homegirl. We go back to the showcase to see if we could get in, and the doors are closed, and she decides to hop the fence. And A$AP Rocky comes outside. He sees her hopping the fence and cusses both of us smooth out.
Damn.
And he comes out, the guy I'm dating comes outside, and he's like trying to get us over the fence. And A$AP Rocky cusses his ass too, cusses him out too, and asks him, "Who the fuck are you? You know, I seen you backstage, but I don't even know who the fuck you is for real." And so it was like a mess. So a dude he really likes just killed his shit all that night. And we can't even get into the showcase. So we get back in the car and we were like, yo, what the fuck going on, bro? Because this is like, we had literally, I don't even think we like checked into our hotel. Like we had just pulled up at South by and was just like, whatever. So we was like, well, we're going to go to this house party, which was the wristband. So the wristband is for house party. That was the industry party. Like literally like, no like back room. It's just like you with the celebrities all in one house.
Yeah.
So like Action Bronson was there, Currency, Solange, all these people are there. Just chilling, like with normal people.
Yeah.
And we get there and we're like, well, we're just gonna go to this party since we can't go to nothing else. And we go upstairs and it's a lot. So we go upstairs and like all these performers are going on. Big Sean performed with Kendrick Lamar. Lola, there was a girl that was signed. Wiz Khalifa performed that night. But what happened was the guy I was dating ended up coming. He was like, I'm gonna just come. Because he was trying to, he was mad the whole night. So he comes. And Prodigy gets on stage and does halfway crooks in this house. And I'm like in awe. Like this party is nuts. Not only is it nuts, A$AP Rocky and Theophilus London walk in.
After y'all had the whole little
and we're just sitting there like still as hell, like they can't see us. Like, and they walk straight past us and they didn't say shit. And I was like, well, I guess everything's cool.
Yeah.
But that night was nuts.
Let me find out DezzGotSteeze got motion out here.
It was a lot.
Since way back.
Oh, for sure.
I'm
trying to get back to Atlanta because all my homies in Atlanta. Yo. And I love them. And I had a blast last time I was in Atlanta. They have invited me to everywhere.
Hey, invite me next time.
Look.
I'll pull up.
Like, I'm going to make sure they look in the casket and say, ugh.
Yeah, make sure.
Mess with me.
Make sure they say, ugh, what's wrong with this?
But yo, that night, I remember us going back to the hotel like, yo, this is the first night at South by. I'm not ready for this week because I'm already, I can't, I don't want to end up on every blog in America right now. I just don't want to do that. So I've had a lot of crazy things happen to me. So yeah.
Well, I appreciate you for sharing.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you for blessing Smoothie Talk. You're the third guest that we've had thus far. I'm super
appreciative to be here.
Yes, and I really do appreciate, like I said, you showing up for me because it matters, and we just gonna keep trying to run it up. How can everyone get in touch with the amazing DezzGotSteeze?
Follow me everywhere at DezzGotSteeze. That's DezzGotSteeze, and that's DezzGotSteeze@gmail.com. If you want to send me your music, I work with rappers and artists and help them get their stuff together. Currently have one client. He got about 80,000 views on 2 of his songs since we've been working together since March. So, yeah.
All right. Well, everyone, again, I am your host, Jonesy the Love Coach. And again, this episode was brought to you with the idea of get the mid off the streets.
Shout out to Teezo.
Shout out to Teezo Touchdown. Hopefully he watched this podcast.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? And then I can have him in space.
Look.
Word around my city, I'm a suspect. Cause I got all these hoes with the money and respect. I'm throwing bows, man, I'm really ludicrous. Can't you stand the rain, baby? This ain't no addition. Shawty try to tell me I'm too arrogant. I know who I am, do it look like I need therapy? Quiet all that noise, I got drugs on me, goofy. You ain't from the hills, why the fuck you acting clueless? You ain't never did it, trying to tell me how to do it. Baby, I'm a coach, I could teach you how to throw it. I got all this money, I'ma die before I blow it. Only got one kidney, so I pray before I pour it. Addicted to the now, might be gone before you know it.